So I'm going to take you through a few poses today. The first one, I'm going to start off with breath work first. So if you're sitting comfortably, either on a block or a cushion or rolled up mat, a blanket, or I'm going to introduce something called a bolster, or just sitting on a chair or on a couch, make sure your feet are in contact with the floor, so you're completely grounded to the floor. Make sure your sitting bones are grounded to whatever they're sitting on. Make sure your spine is straight and tall, almost as if you have a string pulling up through the top of your head. And make sure your chin is sort of, pretend you're holding onto a peach between your chin and your chest. You're not trying to bruise it, and you're not trying to drop it. And the gaze of your eyes is down on the floor in front of you, or you can gently close your eyelids and just listen to my instructions. So when you're comfortable, when you found that spot where you're completely comfortable, completely balanced, I want you to become aware of your breath. So just follow that air into your lungs. Notice what happens to your body when that air flows in. Chest rises, navel rises, maybe ribs pull out, and then follow that air out of your lungs. What happens to your body then? What do you feel? What do you notice? No need to judge anything, just become aware of what's happening. And after a few breaths, I want you to start counting your inhalations and then your exhalations. So if you inhale, maybe count in 1, 2, 3. And as you exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4 perhaps. Don't follow mine. Sit quietly and just count when you breathe in, count how long it takes you to breathe in, and then count how long it takes you to breathe out. So no need to manipulate anything. This is your natural breath. When you've counted how long it takes you to breathe in and how long it takes you to breathe out, I'd like you to take a few moments now to see if you can even out your inhalation and exhalation. So if you breathed in for 3 counts and you breathed out for 4 counts, see if you can make your inhalation and exhalations the same this time. So either make them both 3 or make them both 4. So give it a try. So if at any point you're noticing that you're feeling a bit tense when you're following those counts in and out, maybe reduce those counts by 1 point and see how that makes you feel. If you have a cold, if you cannot breathe through your nose, maybe just breathe through your mouth and pretend or imagine that you're breathing through your nose for now. But this breath work is not supposed to induce any kind of stress on your body. So if there is any kind of stress, make a few changes and see if that helps relieve that tension or that stress in any way. How How did you go? Return to your natural breath now, and perhaps later in the day or a few times this week, you can practice doing that and make adjustments as you need throughout the week, throughout the day. We're going to move on to our first pose for today, which I think I have introduced you before. It's called Child's Pose. So let's come up on your mat, remove the block, sitting on your heels. Your knees are as wide as your mat. Your big toes are touching. Try and keep your sitting bones as close to your heels as you possibly can. Placing your hands in front of your knees. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to walk our hands out until we can rest our forehead on the mat. If that doesn't work, maybe get a block or a cushion or a rolled up blanket and rest your head on the block. So that's one form of child's pose. The other one is when we rest our torso completely over our legs and our arms are beside our body. So give that a try and see if you can breathe into your back ribs. See if you can rest your head on the floor or on a cushion if it can't quite reach the floor. Palms facing up, arms next to your body, shoulders forward, resting the upper body as much as you can while still sitting bones as close to your heels as possible. If your knees don't like this huge bend in them, you can get a rolled up blanket, just place it on top of your feet or a block if you so wish. Sit on a block or two blocks or a blanket or a cushion. And see if you're able to rest your body in that pose. See if you're able to unclench your jaw and relax completely. So that's the first pose, the most essential pose in yoga. We do that quite a few times throughout a yoga class. The next pose, which is just as important, we always end the class with this pose. It's called Shavasana or corpse pose. So this time there are a few adjustments. You can, variations to this pose, but the most basic one of all is lying on your back. Feet straight, legs straight, feet equidistant from the midline of your body, arms a comfortable distance from your body, palms facing up, head relaxed, not a huge bend in your neck. If there is, place a little cushion just underneath your head, and your gaze of your eyes is down towards your belly, or eyelids softly closed. So let's give this a try. Become aware of your body resting, the back body resting on the floor. And then become aware of your front of your body facing the ceiling. See if you can allow your bones to get a little closer to the floor, maybe even melt into the floor if you can. And then just notice your muscles around the body loosening their hold around the bone, your muscles around the bone that is. And notice the points, the hard points of your body that touch the floor. Your heels, lower back, your hips, back of your hands, your elbows, your arms, shoulders, shoulder blades, back of your head. See if those parts can get a little heavier and almost sink a little deeper into the floor. Now become aware of your breath. Notice as you inhale, your navel rises. As you exhale, your navel draws back down. And with every exhalation, see if you can get rid of any tension or stress in your body and exhale it all out. When you inhale, feel as if you're inhaling calm. Soften your forehead, soften your jaw. Allow your eyes to rest back. Just take a few moments to yourself now. And when you want to come out of this pose, reawaken your body very slowly and very gently. Maybe take a nice deep breath in first. Slowly move fingers and toes. On an inhalation, raise your arms above your head and stretch and yawn if you need. And bend your left leg, place your left arm across your chest, roll onto your left side. You can stay here as long as you want. When you're ready, prop yourself up. Come back to the seated easy cross-legged position. Gently rest the palms of your hands on your knees. Spine still straight and tall. Gaze of your eyes still down on the floor. And on inhalation, raise your arms above your head. Palms of your hands together and exhale down to your chest. So those are the two poses in one breathing practice. You can practice throughout the rest of the day. You can do them as long as or as short as you'd like. Do them for the rest of the week, as many times as you want. Please leave me any comments, or if you need any suggestions, any variations to the basic poses I've given you, please contact me at your earliest convenience. And have a great day, everyone, or deep restful sleep if that's the time of day you're watching this video.